Okay, it is Friday, April 12th, 3:01 p.m., 2024. This is week 15. I have been walking around so much that I am limping and I am relatively tired at the moment, but today is the day that I'm supposed to be doing these things. So I'm going to go ahead and try to make the best of it. You feel me? I've had a very wonky schedule. Um, like today, for instance, I think I woke up at like 2 a.m. And I've really actually been enjoying it because I have basically given up on my ability to put myself to sleep like I normally could. Usually it's like, okay, whatever time I need to go to sleep, I can go to sleep. I'll just kind of meditate and I'll put myself to sleep. But lately, I've been fairly preoccupied with, all the stuff that I'm doing. So whenever I lay down or whatever, I kind of inevitably think about stuff that's way too exciting for me to sleep. So lately, I've been conceding and just I know when I need to go to sleep and I'll lay down. So I've ended up having to owe myself sets and posts because of trying to combine 2 days and then, falling asleep midday basically. And then, I only did, then having to do my journals at weird times. Also my sessions are a little bit wonky as well. But that being said, we're still sticking with the program. I've still been going 5 or 3. I owe myself 2 sets and 1 post right now. Today is a day off. But I haven't smoked or drank, and I've been, doing my sets and sessions and posts. There's no arbitration news at all. I just checked today. There's no emails, there's no settlement offers, and we're literally 4 days away. So I don't know what they're going to do, and I don't really care. I may have to do some paperwork before the 16th, to tell them that I'm ready to continue. I don't know if they're going to try to get an extension before they, get the invoice, whatever, accrue the debt. But nothing has happened yet. My flowers are still doing well. I think I'm going to put a picture of them as the artwork for this one. Maybe I'll just continue to do that because there should be a continuation, which is kind of nice because I hope this wind isn't being so lame right now. But it is very windy. It's actually a nice day too. It's not too hot. Not cloudy or anything either. It's just a really nice day. Yeah, they're all doing well. They're surprising me. Some of the ones that I thought weren't going to do well are doing well, and there's just a nice variation. I think I was right about one of them. One of them is having issues that I thought was going to have issues, but I've been keeping tabs on them, watering them. I think I might have been overwatering them a little bit at first, so I've been watering them a little bit less. But watering them, I just check on them pretty much every day, and maybe multiple times a day, really. And then adjusting them. Some of them were kind of tilting, so I adjusted them with propping them up with dirt, and repositioning them so they don't lean too much to one side. I think I'm gonna move them again because they're sitting on a table in a screen room, and I feel like the sun is, because they're not on the ground, is awkwardly always sideways, whereas if you're right on the ground, it's always going to be coming from, it could be from one side and up, but I just feel like the angle that they're getting is a little bit awkward for them. So I might want to move them closer to the edge of the screen room or outside of the screen room. I'm not sure yet. I also haven't started the second round. I kind of wanted to get a feel for exactly. I just want to get more experience under my belt before I start the second one. So I'm not. If I am making mistakes, I'll know and I can adjust. I think the only thing that I did was make the dirt a little shallow the first time, and maybe waited too long to move them from the germination stage, or was a little bit too rough on some of them. But for the most part, I think I'm doing fine. That's very windy, a lot of noise. Okay, I kind of want to go past that. No, I don't. All right, so I have been doing a lot of streaming. Been playing. I haven't, like, the last couple times I haven't been playing chess or Duelist. I've just been playing StarCraft. Which, by the way, like, the organization and like when it comes to playing video games and shit, that's just play what you want to play. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes sense how I'm saying that, but it's like, yeah, I guess I wasn't wanting to stream as much. I was taking it too seriously when really it's just like turn the stream on and play the video game that you want to play. I played a little bit of StarCraft without streaming. I was like, why am I doing that? Just stream. It's just, yeah, don't overthink it. And then get as many, like, my YouTube channel is a StarCraft first YouTube channel. So, I don't have to do the other videos every single day. It's just kind of a side effect of having multiple games that I play that I occasionally can fit in other games, but it's not a really intense job just yet, or whatever. So yeah, but I bought myself some skins. I've been very hyped lately, and for whatever reason, I've been wanting to change my my tag from Paragon to Gravitas. So it's just another word that I came across. I was like, oh, that sounds like it would be a dope tag. It means like noble and fine and respectable. It's a very Protoss-like concept, I feel like. So, I wanted to, it's a new season too, so I kind of wanted to, it's like a new character. Whenever I switched to Paragon, right, like NFCs, when I picked NFCs as a tag, that was a representation of like, there's just noise every goddamn where. It's like a character. It's a mindset, Those dogs are usually not there. What was I saying? Yeah, so it's like a character, basically. It's a mindset. It makes it more enjoyable, you know what I mean? So Paragon, it was like I wanted, just the word Paragon. I wanted my game to embody the word Paragon. And I think that Paragon's good. It's just worn out over time. It's taken me to the point where I'm at. And I just wanted to switch to Gravitas because it just feels more It's like a better version of that name. So yeah, the new skins. I stay with the same announcement because I already have the best one. Then a new console as well. So that's been cool. And a new emblem. I picked a new emblem. I have two because the way that this skin works, it's like it changes Protoss from like a yellowish color to like a black, a dark gray or black. And then what's usually blue is red. So I'm like black and red, very sleek and sexy. It cost like $80. And then so I wanted the emblem to match the colors. And I mean, my other one kind of did, but it was kind of sticking out in my whole look. So I went for it's gonna be something red. And there was like this picture of this like woman laying down. This is like the first two pictures that came to mind. They're just some red pictures that I know that I created recently. And one of them is like a guy. It's like a wizard sitting at a table with like a fucking. I don't even know how to explain this. It looks like he's looking at a crystal ball, right? But it's like a goblin basically tooted up underneath the table. That's what it is. So you can't. It's not really explicit or anything like that. But I don't know. Mentally, I feel like it's a good. It conceptually does something to me, and I really enjoy it. The image, and I feel like it fits really well. So then, the other one is just a picture of a chick in a bikini, tanning on the beach or whatever, and she's just really bad. But the way that the angle of the emblem is on the whatchamacallit, it kind of takes away some of it. Doesn't do her justice. So for now, I'm sticking with the wizard guy that's looking at the crystal ball, the crystal goblin ass. And that picture came blue, but I was like, bro, if this was red, it would just be so hype. So I took it into Photoshop and tinted it red, so that yeah. So I've been really enjoying that. I pretty much, as soon as I switched skins, this is kind of the reason I thought about doing it too. It's like look good, feel good, play good. That's the idea. So I'm carrying myself respectively with my whole image in the game. So I kind of wanted to try to do that with my play as well. And I don't know, I've been trying to transition into carriers, and it just kind of all kind of connected. Where I've been experimenting with carriers. I'm like, okay, with upgrades, they become an F2 move unit, and I was already kind of messing with Colossus. So, because of the way that I learned how to play the early game, the way that I enjoyed playing the early game, because I learned from Pig, right? There's a transition that he teaches. When you get into Diamond, you're supposed to do disruptors. So I followed him all the way up to Plat. Actually, I don't even think I followed him low key. I think I followed Vibe. Vibe was teaching a style, and I liked the style that he was teaching, so I stuck with it. That's what I enjoyed doing. And I think he was talking about it in Platter and Diamond or whatever. But all the other styles that people were trying to teach to get to Diamond, I just never. I didn't like it. I didn't like using disruptors, and other builds were like complicated. They were deviating from what I was already doing. And honestly, I've always wanted to be the macro Protoss. Like, the way that StarCraft works is the best players are the best defensive players, basically. It's like defense wins championships kind of thing. So like it's the hardest style to play, basically. Like, you could be a hard hitting guy and win a lot of games and be a champion or whatever, but that's not as difficult as it is to like know the count, be like so intelligent and know the game so intricately that you're ready for any occurrence. That's the kind of play. Those kind of players are the ones that are really scary, because they can go on the offensive as well, but they have this they have no fear of going into the late game, and they have an inevitability of winning the longer the game goes, kind of thing. So that's kind of what I wanted as Protoss. That's what I enjoy, the style I enjoy most. And low key, the narrative around Protoss right now is that is not the style that works. That is like anti the race. The race doesn't operate in a way that benefits from that. But the reason why I like playing, like the reason why I saw, like when I first started playing Protoss, I was like, bro, I could just make a fucking battery and hold anything. Like I could I bet that's him. I can literally I wonder, is it? Yeah, that was just my initial kind of approach, cannons and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. So that's just the style that I enjoy, and I've been preparing myself for that too. Like when when I was doing the macro drill, I would approach that drill like, okay, I'm trying to defend everything, max out, and then push. You don't have to approach it that way. But the goal was to like really learn how to use the camera hotkeys in late game situations. And low key, that's when the game gets kind of fun. Like at the beginning, like the first 3 bases, you can kind of scroll around. But at some point, it's like, I don't want to click on the map before I like to go to my 4th base. I don't even know, like I would prefer to use the buttons because I already have the camera hotkeys there. So, yeah, it's just, so basically the end game style that it seems to always involve carriers basically, which is nice because I was already kind of thinking along those lines. And I think my win rate went up a lot when I started including Colossus. I think that was the main thing that changed, that made me start to win against higher level players and almost get into Diamond 2. And lately, except for in PvP, because there's no reason to get Colossus in PvP that I can tell. In the other 2 matchups, it's like the first tech that I get, it seems like is always going to be, after my 2 Immortals and I can take my 3rd, I just always get, maybe try to do some damage. Usually he's like, you can't, they have a lot of lings, or there's just a bunch of fucking bio. And it's like, okay, now I switch into this, which is the counter to Hydras and the counter to, the bio already, and I can make a bunch of it just fits, like it makes sense, and it's like a defensive thing. You can't really, like in a heads up fight, it's hard to beat, so they have to try to like drop you and stuff, and that's, again, it puts me in that defensive stance where I have to use my camera hotkeys and I'm just aware of my mini map, which is where I want to be. So then again, I have to be, what I'm working on now is being ready to kill, understanding when I have power spikes and there may be an opportunity to end the game or do critical damage. And it probably is going to happen in phases, and I need to organize those phases. But right now, it's like once I get 3 Colossus, I want to try. And I've had a lot of victories at that stage. And I think what I'm kind of messing with, like, but the transition after that is you have to get Phoenixes or a Stargate into Phoenixes, and, into carriers. Get carriers pretty much as soon as possible, make Phoenixes in the meantime. And then also you can keep making Phoenixes depending on how good the fighting is going. So like basically, if the Phoenixes are holding it down, like if you're winning, you can just pump out Phoenixes. You can always just, if you're winning, you can just stay on lower tier tech. You don't have to tech up. The teching up is like putting it's like the game where they pick who's at bat first, and they put their hands up the bat, and then whoever gets their hand at the top wins or goes first. It's like it's actually like the hand at the very top, or at least as far as I know. Now I'm starting to see there's more to it, because if they just get too many Vikings and they know how to micro them, or their micro is good enough, their anti-air. I mean, I have to get at least some. My answer right now is at least some Archons, so that they can't just click the. If I have Archons under the carriers and they click on the carriers, the Archons are gonna like murk whatever the anti-air is if they're targeting them, which is important. So it's a complicated situation, but that seems to be like the general idea of what I want to be doing. And then after if they get anti-air that's too big, I don't know anymore. But that's kind of where I've gotten to. And I was kind of on a hot streak. I got back to like 3250 after dropping into like the 2000s again. I just began to enjoy myself again, and then all of a sudden all this stuff started to come to me, and I'm like, oh my god, this feels amazing. I feel like a real like a real pro right now, the way that I'm handling this. It's like, oh yeah, you get three Colossus, you keep them alive, you get 6 carriers, and then a bunch of gateway units, including some Archons, and there's your unbeatable F2 army. And man, is that fun. It's like just withhold all the stuff, and then but sometimes you get tore apart by a Terran, and some of these Terrans are crazy good at this. They know exactly what to do. They just drop 3 places at once, and and my adjustment is just going to be like, okay, I just got to warp in units in separate areas and kind of move them around, box and click, move them around. Eventually I will. Like if you can get 3 army units, 3 army groups, we're going to be and I have the hotkeys. I just don't have the organization of mind, and it's a fast-paced game and stuff like that. I'm low-key kind of game planning right now because I haven't thought about it that deeply. But yeah, that would be, if I hotkeyed the 3 main armies to kind of move them around. It's just I'm just not good at that part yet, but I'm close. So enough of that. So if I'm not streaming if I'm not streaming or eating, I'm thinking about Remedy, pretty much, or yeah, I'm thinking about the funding situation, but basically I've been refining it. I've just been making sure that I know the strategy review, like basically, am I good with the track list? Is there any adjustments that I want to make? Reaching out to certain people and making sure that they're going to be down to support when I actually put it out. And there's been a good, I'm actually surprised at the amount of people that are gung-ho about me putting out a project. And it's like, okay, cool. I could definitely push this, or whatever. So I've just kind of been bouncing back and forth between like, okay, I need to make sure that I'm promoting it. Okay, let me make sure that the quality level is good enough. Meaning like, let's say, how is the mix? What touch-ups do I need to do? Like today, once I decided it was going to be a day off, I went on a long walk in the evening time, and I re-recorded Rehab, and I have all of the like interlude stuff downloaded, so I don't lose it. I've chopped up. I think I've actually chopped up, meaning like ended the song, like cut the songs in BandLab, so when I download them, they'll either be an obvious marker of when the song is supposed to end, or it just ends. So at this point, it's just literally going to be like putting MP3s in order to make another MP3, and then putting that MP3 potentially through a sound goodizer or something like that. Probably not. And then, or maybe like a just some type of compression or something like that might happen. A master of sorts, and then and then a video. It's pretty much how that's going to go. I already got the copy written for the post. I'm going to tell everybody today or tomorrow. I'll be like, all right, so it's going to come out in a week. I'll let you know the day before. Well, I won't even say the week. I'll just say I'll let you know it's going to be this month or something. It's going to be very soon. I'll let you know the night before, something like that. I'm not supposed to be spitballing. I wanted to make this fast, but I guess I'm just trying to enjoy myself as much as possible and not think about it. I like to hear myself talk, and I like to talk. So, yeah, I'm very happy with it. Today I listened to the whole thing on the speakers in the living room, and I mean, that was just the icing on the cake. I had some obvious adjustments that I needed to make, and I made them. And after hearing it on the big speakers, I adjusted what I needed to adjust, and it's not much. It wasn't much. And then now it's basically like there's one song there's two songs. By the way, I finished the outro track, so there was an outro track that like I had part of it. I only had like a snippet of it and the chorus is really good. So I'm like, okay, this is a great outro track. So I just like went ahead and recorded the second verse and like chopped up the beat the way I wanted it. And I recorded a end of side A, which is basically like a thank you to everybody real quick. And then, ending side A, which is like, I looked it up, the meaning for side A, and it's like, side A is supposed to be like, it's basically the primary point. Side B is just like, it's supporting kind of second episode. It's meant to be lesser quality. But it's just more, which is pretty much what I anticipate. When people say it's on the B side, they're talking about Lucy's or whatever. They're talking about whatever like that. So the quality, it relaxes, you know what I'm saying? But that first half is like, it's just straight through like bonkers, you know what I mean? But yeah, I have like a handful, like the people that are left, a lot of them are people that I would assume if I told them the day of, they would probably go and like it. But, I've kind of spread myself out and made sure that people that I was kind of questioning whether or not I should, count on them to like the post, they all are very like, okay, yeah, gung-ho, way more gung-ho than I thought. So, there's just a few people like my grandmother and my uncle and like, people like family members that I either don't have on Facebook or that I don't talk to on Facebook, stuff like that. It's like, I kind of expect that if I said to them even the day of, that they'd be like, oh yeah, I'll just like it real quick. You know what I mean? So we're looking at like 20 to 30 of just me, people that I can kind of count on, that hopefully will give the post traction. I've been adding people on Facebook too. Like, it just occurred to me. I got a couple friend requests from people that are from my high school or whatever that I remember. I'm like, why don't I have you on Facebook? That's weird. But I kind of like went down that rabbit hole. I started like scrolling through suggested friends, and I just added like a bunch of people. And I'm basically trying to like flesh that out with as much people that see it as possible, to try to get that post as high as possible, and all that good jazz. I've been basically allowing myself to believe, like I said before, I'm just allowing myself this opportunity between, I don't know when it was that I decided I was going to do this. I think it was like the beginning of the month, or the beginning of March, maybe, or April. I don't remember. But yeah, I think it was March, when I basically said I'm just going to allow myself to, believe that everything is going to go exactly right. Not by drinking and smoking like I have it made, but just kind of fantasizing and anticipating big things happening, which is, like, and I don't like to think about the worst case scenario, but, basically the best case scenario is, I become fucking famous. Like, this shit just pops the fuck off, and they start, the people, I have it in my heart that someone's going to want to get me in contact with a manager or something like that. Look, a do-rag. It's just a bag. I'm gonna take that. It's like a silk bag. Yeah, I feel like someone's gonna try to get me in contact with management or something like that, and the hope is that they will, kind of encourage me to go on the road or perform somewhere. And if that's the case, then I would need a van, and that kind of pushes me to do what I wanted to do, which is to get my van to go on quote unquote tour. And then the bank gives me, ideally, enough money to do that, and with good terms, so that I can do that and get my UCCs going on my next 3 LLCs, and we keep moving. And maybe I can go ahead and go for more funding from other banks, because I'm confident that I'll be able to get good terms. That's like the ideal situation. That's what I'm, and that this girl fucking, like, me and this girl hook up, and I get her phone number, and, she falls in love with me, basically. That's essentially how everything is supposed to go. This girl already fucking loves me, and when I go over there, it's a double whammy. I'm going over there because, one, I want to see you, because I could go to Truist over here. That's number one. Number two, to get the funding, because I need to do that anyway. And then, the posting the music thing is like, well, I'm not posting it so no one can hear it. But worst case scenario is nothing happens. Literally, the worst case scenario is nothing happens, meaning that we continue on living the same way, and we keep working out, we keep doing our sessions, we keep, knocking on the door the way we are now. And after win, lose, or draw, depending on how things go, I'm going to take a vacation after that week. I think my days off next week are already set in stone. It's going to be Tuesday and Friday, and then Friday is the day that I'm going to the bank. So I intend on trying to hook up with this chick and at least get her number, and then get like the maximum amount of funding possible, maybe a car loan, that kind of thing. And then the next day I'll be doing sets. Sunday I'll be doing sets, and Saturday is like just promoting all day long, listening to Remedy all day long. And then that Monday, 7-day vacation. And then after that, where I do not drink, we're going to focus on not drinking, because I might be very excited or I might be very down. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I know that there's going to be a sigh of relief, or a very, just I need a break. You know what I mean? And it times out perfectly with my sets. Like, if I didn't take that vacation, I would be moving up to 45s. So, just when I come back, I'll be doing 45. So it's like a recovery period, vacation time mentally. It's the last week before school starts. So right after the vacation, which I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but it's just, I know I'm going to be vacationing. I think probably a lot of smiling meditation and sleep is the hope. After that, it's like I could just focus on school and the arbitration process, and then just keep on keeping on from there. Still trying to get our ultimate goal completed. Just after having taken a rest, and mentally adjust depending on what happens. But basically, I'm just ready to start those LLCs, get those UCCs going, continue my credit repair, and the goal is to build the available credit to over $1 million, so that there's $1 million of monthly potential revenue via endorsing and enforcing. So, I mean, that's a pretty hefty goal. I think that's pretty awesome. And then just obviously become famous, so that we can go ahead and be very abundant when it comes to female mating partners, and and get good terms with that as well. But the next vacation is going to be July, probably towards my birthday, is what I would assume. That also times out with like exactly when I would want to go for funding if I did start the LLCs, right? Like right after I did this. And then the final week vacation would be like the week between, including Christmas and New Year's. That's how it seems like it's going to play out. That being said, that's just some stuff that I thought about like today, how the vacations are going to work out. I got my FIT enrollment is official. Like I signed my paperwork. My phone situation resolved itself. It turns out that I'm good until June 9th, apparently. I made my bank appointment. So the day before the eclipse, I got some heavy vibes coming from the good old Jada, and it made me want to call her and the next day to schedule. I needed to schedule it at some point, so I was like, well, I just want to make sure I do this as soon as possible. It was the day of the eclipse as well, just trying to see how she feels, and also like kind of try to be forward but not too forward. I already invited her to my church, so I don't know how. It's like I didn't invite everyone. I only invited you. So hopefully you kind of get the idea. But yeah, it's scheduled for the 19th. I don't know if I mentioned that before. I don't think I did. So it goes literally like the 19th is the day that I go to the bank, and then the 20th is the day that the mixtape drops. I have funds until I won't need more funds until July 3rd, basically, and that's including my refile for the LLC. So I have to spend it's like $100 and something to refile the LLC, and I included that in my calculations. It's next month the LLC refile, and the debt that I currently have, and then the money that I have, and as well as the money that's coming guaranteed by a certain date. The next time that I'll need money is July 3rd. And what is that from now? Like May, June, that's like 2 whole months. So pretty much EBT should cover that. And also I should receive my financial aid before that. I don't know when I will receive it, but I should receive it before then. Yeah. But I do want to potentially purchase. I'm probably gonna make it to where I'll need I'm gonna probably spend money I don't have with the anticipation that I'm gonna get it, kind of thing. I mean, I'm gonna purchase like some clothes for my appointment with the bank, and then I'm going to probably purchase a mouse and keyboard for my gaming situation. I need to get my mouse pad back, but that's just money. I'm gonna be spending money I don't have, but I wouldn't need it until July 3rd anyway. No, I don't know about that. The point is, oh God, I don't know how to explain this. So any money that I receive between now and July 3rd will be going towards paying for the outfit and the mouse and keyboard. That's basically how that works out mathematically. Um, so that's about it. My credit did jump to 694. So prime, which is kind of crazy. I cannot even lie to you. I don't even know that my credit was ever that high because I don't know. I thought I had like a 700 something. But I may have, I don't know. I think I had a 700 something. But anyway, if you think about, like the ideal score, it's like a 680, right? So 694 is good. It's not as good as I thought it might be, right? It was kind of on the lower end of the bump that was potentially possible, but it's like a 694 is a very good score. So, I'm basically ready for my bank date. I'm gonna go in there dressed real fucking fly like, you know what I'm saying? Feeling myself, ready to flirt, and and then I even scheduled it before, like I told her, before lunch. So the idea is after we finish what we're gonna do, to go for quote unquote lunch on her lunch break. That's basically what I'm trying to do. And then what happens on the lunch break stays on the lunch break. Then I got to continue to promote Remedy, right? There's going to be probably here like today or tomorrow, I'm going to send like a kind of a big message out to kind of a lot of people. And then, in the next couple days kind of thing, a week out basically. And then the day before, I know I'm going to say something like, okay, so tomorrow's the big day. I'll be messaging you right as I put the status out. And then I'll kind of say like, the ideal is the earlier you like it, the better, so that we can kind of push it out to as much people as possible, make it look good, make Facebook recommend it to as many people as possible, kind of thing, on a strategic huddle type thing. And I have to work on Hose got like has rain at the beginning that's a little unpleasant, and then Crystallized, I'm debating if I need to do something to the vocal to bump it up or down. Other than that, we are straight. It sounds perfect. There's nothing really that needs to be done. Anything else is just a little bit of an additional polish, like if I do decide to do some compression, like mastering compression or equalizing or something like that, then it would just be a finishing touch, and I'm not sure, like I'm good, it's getting better and better and better, what I'm saying? So and then after that, it's like, when I record this, I don't know if I'm gonna do it on Friday or if I'm gonna wait until after. I want to do it Friday. In my head, it's like I don't want to like wait. You know what I mean? I feel like I want to do it just the way that I'm supposed to do it, which is on Fridays. But it might be after. So I'll probably I'll definitely have news about what happened with the bank. Probably, I say definitely and probably a bunch of times. And then I may be able to tell you how the first day or so went of the release of Remedy. And then, however that goes, the next step is going to be a vacation. And, they say a 4-day vacation, right? They say 4 days. That's kind of how, low key what I always kind of said for myself too. But the way that I'm looking at it is I have 2 days every week off anyway, and they're not just always together. So you take 4 days and you take 2 days, that's 6 days, that's damn near a week. We're just going to take the week, you know what I mean? And start fresh on Monday, which it's 7 days. You feel me? Is it? I don't even think it is 7 days because it would be, yeah, it's like six. It actually is 6 days because if I do my workout on Sunday, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, it is 7 days. Then Monday would be the next day back. So, man, this wasn't supposed to be this long. I'm hella excited. I'm looking forward to having it be a quantifiable, measurable thing. Knowing, just knowing. I mean, I'm enjoying believing that it might happen, and it's really fun and exciting, you know. And that's so I'm trying to embrace that and enjoy that and appreciate that because the process can be fun. And it's like even if I'm delusional, well, it let me enjoy being delusional. But the hope is obviously that I'm not being. And if things pop off, I want to know. I want to know what the future holds. Is it going to be, even if it's nothing? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think that would actually be worse. So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to the next step. The next phase, and strategizing and kind of having a better idea of so I could map out exactly what to expect and whatnot. So yes, sir. It has been an absolute pleasure. I really don't think I'm missing anything. I thought I was going to be short because really all that happened is I played StarCraft, I worked on Remedy, and I made my bank appointment and set up school, But thankfully, there's more to it than that. Yeah, man, I think today I'm going to try to play StarCraft. I'm low-key tired already, but I haven't done my sessions. So, we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to be, from now until then, it's just work on Remedy, stream StarCraft as much as possible. It's like perfect Remedy. I mean, work on Remedy. Pretty much get Remedy saucy as fuck. And then make sure that it's all in order. And then I'm going to send that bitch out to everybody. And it's going to fucking pop off. And then also, we got our business credit built up a little bit. We got our personal credit pretty much, pumped up nice and fat for these bankers. And we're going to, I guess continue to kind of do our own little manifestation kind of thing. Keep thinking about it. Trying to will it into existence as much as possible. While, obviously primarily enjoying the process. Man, it's like I can't wait. I really can't wait. I wish I had the answer. I wish I knew exactly how it's going to go. But for now, I'll have to settle for the dream. I'm drunk on dreams. And, I'm not mad at it. I'm mad at that. It's a beautiful thing to have dreams and for them to be alive and for you to pursue them every single day. So, once again, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you listening to me. I love you, and I look forward to speaking with you next week. That's week 15 for you.